Bust down rolling for the hell of it. It's my time to shine, spotlights is my element. Fuck a plain Jane, don't insult my intelligence. I don't plan on selling it, so I don't see the relevance. You niggas having pawn shop nightmares. I'm light years ahead of niggas, even on a light year. Dom Perignon stain the laces of my night ears. Born poor, but I'ma die rich, nigga, life's fair.
Cap. Do you feel like...
and then the fact that somebody could say something and not have no proof, like, where's the message? That
niggas don't need proof.
Yeah, you could just... I could say anything.
You should hear the things these niggas be saying about
dirty
me, bro. It's like...
The dirty section.
I got so much proof that that's not that. But it just doesn't,
Doesn't exist.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't like you. If they don't like you, they want to believe that shit.
That's what sells.
Yeah.
Do you think Envy and Charlamagne should have spoke up when that was happening?
I mean, Envy did. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, more than they
but not the way he be popping off on other people just out the blue. Like,
I think that in that space, it was like every man for himself. You know, I feel like, and that's just what it was.
Everybody came in with their own agenda.
Yeah, it was, you do your thing, you do your thing. It was kind of like you're out here.
Controversial.
Yeah.
You get motherfuckers for the real.
Because I don't feel like I bring that energy. I also don't look at it like I bring that energy. Like, I'm not bringing the energy of like I'm going at somebody, so that person's coming at me. Like, that's not really the type of energy I really try to give off. I'm not doing that.
Well, no, not that. But I there's another clip floating around with Amanda Seales on the show, and she was talking about an executive who said, "When are we gonna fuck?" She said Envy was there,
right?
And Envy was like, "I don't remember that happening." And she said, "Well, why didn't you?" The implication was he should have said something after that was said to her. And I'm kind of not sure about how men and women are supposed to handle that.
I think a lot of people aren't sure. I think people will say when things happen to women, why don't they speak up right away and say things? And sometimes it's not easy in this business because you look at things like, will I ever work again? Am I about to get blackballed? Is this going to be a situation? You're shocked sometimes when things happen and you don't know what to do at that time. And anybody who in any line of work acts like that's not true, like, I don't think anybody in their job stands up all the time for everything when they should. It would be great if we could, but a lot of times we don't feel like we have the power to do that. And so... Or
in that moment, you're just caught off guard.
Yeah, you could be caught off guard, but you also later on might think like, damn, is it worth me risking my career? I don't know what's going to end up happening if I say something. This is going to set off a whole effect. And it could end up just being me out of my bag.
I've been in situations where I've said something where I haven't said something. But I've been in more situations where I've said something only to get flipped on by the person that I spoke up
for.
It's
hard to predict.
It turned into, but you think I don't got it, you think I need you to protect me, and you're taking away my agency. And it's like, well, she's got a point.
Don't say about. She don't want to get She don't want to get.
Maybe I should have shut the, But we have to kind of get like a new dynamic happening here. Yes, because one size doesn't fit all. We treat women like they're a monolith.
There's no way to have a new
there's
dynamic.
No way. Every situation is going to be different.
The roles right now are just so
all
wacky. The lines are all crossed. You don't know if you're supposed to be a man or you're supposed to be sensitive or you're supposed to, let a woman, not treat a woman like she's weak and let her like I don't,
it's even hard for us. Like, at times I'll be like, I don't feel protected, but then you might feel like, sometimes you just want to be strong and feel like you don't need to be protected. You don't know what you want to do. Because I feel like when things happen, the more you talk about it, the more you weigh in on it, the more you feel like this should have happened. That you can't have expectations of people. Right. I just have learned that you can't expect anybody to do anything. Like in general, the best rule is to feel like you're out here by yourself. You got to do what you got to do for yourself. If somebody steps up, amazing. But I never expect it.
Never expect it at all.
I don't expect it.
I'm not gonna lie.
You sound different just now, bro.
Yeah,
I had a bubble in my throat. Yeah, disgusting.
But I expected Envy to like speak more on your behalf, especially after seeing how he went crazy on Rick Ross. When Rick Ross said the smallest thing about him, he went on a whole tangent.
Well, I will say, Gucci said things about him and he responded to that and he did, have some things to say. So I will say that. I also felt like it in the grand scheme of things, you just said some really super disrespectful things.
Mhm.
But okay, let's move on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's a lot of picking and choosing.
yeah, you didn't say you fucked me, so I'm okay. You said, you chose not to. Great, amazing. Like, thank you. If you want to tell that story, and me and Melissa interviewed you, and that happened or whatever, and great. I'm glad that you said it didn't happen, and you turned me down.
Right.
Amazing.
Y'all want to take a poll on this?
Pause.
Hold on, what?
No, let's not.
Pause.
Was there
Pause.
any moments while you were on the Breakfast Club that you felt like Charlamagne didn't respect his jaw?
Didn't respect what?
His jaw.
Because he talks so much, he ain't respect his jaw. Like, he wanted to be knocked out, you heard?
No, because there were a lot of instances where, and I know, being a part of this media thing, people try to get in my ear and be like, yo, you need to do this, I'm telling you, that's gonna go viral. But that's never my intention. But I know the power of what that looks like when I'm sitting across from somebody who's purposely trying to start an argument, you know what I mean? And how people will lock into that. So like, I look at, some of the things that I've seen on a Breakfast Club, and I'm like, ooh, that came out of left field. And that was a little nasty. Like, did you guys have meetings? You said it was every man for himself.
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't. We never had
you
meetings.
got caught off guard by some of this shit.
Yeah, I think everybody, whatever questions people had or things they said, that was on them. It was never a conversation beforehand, like, I'm going to ask this, then you're going to ask this. That never happened.
It's just everybody walks in like, hey, how you guys doing?
Yeah. So nobody would have those conversations. So whatever somebody said, that's, on them. And I think there was an era when, it was like exciting and people enjoy, like, no matter what people say, they think that's exciting. Like when people say things that are shocking. Mm-hmm. And so people would sometimes be like, oh, it's boring if you don't do that. You know what I mean? And that is part of what made moments go viral. Whether or not people like it, some people like it, some people love it, some people hate it.
But the issue with it is the more that it gets emulated by the other platforms who idolize the bigger platforms, it becomes the standard of what's entertaining starts to raise, and now you have to be even more outrageous till eventually people are going to be hitting each other with pies and fighting. It's going to be the Jerry Springer Club on every platform.
Well, it has to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And so it just depends on your intent. Like if your intent is, there's times that I've been, like you would say, I'll take something out because even though it could go viral, you also want to protect certain things and you don't want to cause issues.
Right.
And so I think the responsibility is on you as a host, where what's more important to you? Is it more important for me to have integrity or more important for me to go viral? And sometimes you do have to make those choices. Right. And so that is what it is. Like for me, it's always going to be more important. If somebody tells me, you know what, I'm not comfortable with that, or that's something that people don't know, I thought about it. And this happens all the time where people say that. And sometimes you could talk to them and be like, well, it's not that big a deal. I feel like this is a good part of the interview and it's not that serious. But if it is, you'll be like, no problem, I'll take it out. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm never the person that's going to ruin a relationship to try to have a viral moment for something that is fleeting and can cause any type of, mental or physical harm to anyone.
The greatest feeling in the world was holding my own gun. I'm hypertensive, but all my decisions been wholesome. My independence had me flipping on siblings I stole from. Said I'm just big and loud. Well, $half a pound is my silent treatment. I punched out plugs I could've stopped from eating. Jackie Gleason on the TV while his mama's sleeping. That plate was made, or he got that Chick-fil-A like she Polynesian.
The fucking niggas do to me though. So I stand there blinded while my jewelry glow.
That's all it is. You just